All right, we are live. So I know some people are over at the premiere of the last video that I did. That is wrapping up. I think that's going to finish in 2 minutes. So in the meantime, we can enjoy this beach view. So today we actually put the camera on the beach because we got some overgrowth with the sea grape tree here. So I hope you all appreciate that. And there's me. How you doing? Happy Father's Day, everybody. Hope everyone is doing well out there. And deeper consciousness. Oh, welcome. You were just over at the other one. Awesome. So we'll slowly get into it. I want to give everybody a chance who's over at the premiere to come and join. But welcome to you all. Thank you for being here. We don't have a super tight agenda today. Hopefully we have some guests that will be joining us and bringing greetings to you from here on the beach at Travelers. G. Williams from New Orleans, welcome. Andrew, welcome. And of course, I love hearing from knowing where everybody's from. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you for being on both lives. Thank you so much. I'm just trying this out. You know, who knows? We're just experimenting with the timing and lining up of everything. The one thing I forgot is there's like a 2-minute gap when the premiere starts on the video premieres, and so we're a little bit we're like too much over 2 minutes over, excuse me. And I'm also trying to reply to comments on the premiere, so you live and you learn. I need somebody to help me with these comments, but we are making it work. I'm actually going to try to have my dad join. He's to my left over here. He's slightly off camera. Let me see if I can get him on there. Oh, no, he's not there. Okay. He's going to come on in a little bit. He doesn't know it yet. But yeah, please let me know where everybody is from. Thank you all for everybody who is over on the premiere on the channel. I hope you all enjoyed that video. And we got view from the beach, of course. And like I said, we put the camera on the beach today. We think that's a lot better. And it says it's not going to rain today, so hopefully that remains true. It's a little overcast, but this is probably the nicest day we've had in some time, as a matter of fact. So grateful for that, especially the people who are visiting and only here for a short period of time. It's kind of been raining almost every single day for the last week. But again, we have some lovely weather for Father's Day 2022. Ship 2121 from Pittsburgh, welcome. Deeper Consciousness from the UK, from across the pond, welcome, welcome. Jersey is in the house. Hi, Maria. Rockman, how you doing, man? Welcome again. Don Stewart from Maryland, thank you for joining. Okay, I see Paula Dawkins. She's from South Florida, Coconut Creek. Welcome. All right, all right. Okay, so the premiere is officially done, and we are live streaming. This is my green juice. I pretty much have this almost every day. So my dad made up the recipe for this, but we serve it here at Travelers. So those just joining, just trying to get an idea of where everybody's from. Oh, wow, Alaska. All the way from Alaska. Welcome. Thanks for joining, Stina. Irma from Jersey, welcome. Hey, Camille. Thanks for joining the premiere. Chris from Panama. Welcome. Jersey in the house. Paula, hello. How you doing, Paula? UK Scopes. Thanks for hopping on, and good evening to you. Grenada in the Caribbean representing. Mystical Brooklyn, welcome. All right, all right. Okay, so let's go ahead and hop into the agenda. So to start with, I don't know if you how many people saw the video. I know a couple people commenting. We just released the second episode of the Kingston real estate series that I'm doing, which I am continuing to be excited about. Sorry it has taken so long, as a matter of fact, to get the second episode out, but got lined things up a lot better now in terms of the production pipeline that we have in terms of putting videos out. So you should be seeing them come out more regularly. I want to kind of wrap that series up in the next few weeks. And we're probably looking at another 4 episodes. I think I'm going to drop another episode on either Tuesday or Wednesday. It's already edited and complete and everything like that. Just got to put together all the metadata that goes into the video. But other than that, the video is fully edited. It's actually a podcast version of what you saw today, going into a little bit more details on 20 South, and we talk a little bit more generically about investing in the real estate market in Kingston, specifically in Jamaica overall. And that's a pretty cool podcast. Nice quick one. I think it's under 10 minutes, but some really valuable information in there, and it complements the video that we released today. So either Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to look at see when the best day to release that is, and we'll let you know. But I hope you all enjoyed today's premiere. And like I said, I know a lot of people who are on this live are coming over from that premiere. So thank you for that. I love the premieres and being able to interact. And then of course Sunday lives. This is a favorite day of the week for me. I always look forward to interacting with you all and sitting and speaking with you all. And so with that being said, let me know if you did watch the video, the premiere. Please let me know what you thought. That is so like as the series continues and we talk about our release episodes, I should say, you'll start to see the most of the properties that I went to are under construction. So this was the one completed property that I went to, and I thought that it was important to put that out earlier in the series. And then as we go deeper into the series, we have 2 more podcasts that we did with Noel, whom who was in the first episode, and then we also did the CEO of the brokerage firm, Valerie Levy and Associates, Lorraine Levy, and we did a nice podcast with her. I think it gives a lot of insight into the Jamaican real estate market. That's also both those podcasts are actually edited as well, so it's just a matter of releasing it in a strategic way. And I think the construction ones are also pretty good, and especially if you know Kingston, which I don't know that well. I learned a lot on the trip in terms of how the different sections of Kingston are broken up, and the different neighborhoods, and what traditional housing is like in the different neighborhoods, and how it's changing and honestly being gentrified. And that was very open and apparent with everybody who I was speaking with, and all the real estate experts. And so a lot of valuable information that I'm really excited to share with everybody. And again, I want to get out as quickly as possible, because I think it's so much value, and especially people who are looking to invest in Jamaica and in Kingston especially. At least it gives you some sort of scope about the cost of investing, as well as the kind of what you get for your money. And I think that's super important, and it'll give you, like, the way I think about it, it gives you kind of like an idea, like for me, like what cost of real estate is in Negril, or a piece of land, and like juxtaposing it to Kingston. And so it's just really building context and relevance is the idea behind the real estate videos, and that's what I'm looking to accomplish, and hopefully getting across to everybody who watches those videos. But today, with the one I did with Tanya over on my channel, I thought, she's obviously, I mean, everybody I spoke with, honestly, like super, super knowledgeable on the Jamaican real estate market, specifically Kingston. And I thought she did a great job. We're getting a little windy here. I thought she did a great job of really breaking down that property to us. She knows it like the back of her hand. As soon as we walked in, like everybody knew who she was, and we had carte blanche to the entire property, everything, and they let us film. And really big shout out to 20 South for giving us the access that we had. And I know the resident, they're very protective of their residents there, and they're very protective of their privacy and just their way of life. They obviously paid like a lot of money for that type of lifestyle. And so, we did our best not to interfere with that at all. And I think we accomplished that. And hopefully we did right by 20 South and really, really helped to do some more promotion do I guess some in-house promotion, organic promotion for them. If people weren't aware, are familiar with that property, at least they know about it. And that's, to me, the least that I could do for them, allowing and giving me the access that we had. All right. Sorry, just trying to get the audio here set. All right, we're gonna have our first guest. Yeah, you can pull up a seat. All right, so we're just setting up the camera here, and hold on, let's make sure the mic is working. All right, there you go. All right, so mic check, mic check. You guys can still hear me. Can you test your mic? All right, hold on, just testing this mic. Let me give you guys a beach view while we complete the setup here. All right, test that mic. Mic check, mic check, mic check. 1, 2, 3. Mic check. 1, 2, 3. All right, there we go. Okay. All right. So today we have a very special guest on the live stream here. We have Doctor. Excuse me. Hold on. Let's get. Hold on. Can you make that a wide? Yeah. Okay. We're gonna switch to a wide. Yeah, you're on there. All right, we're on here with Dr. Valerie Oliver Dura. And I tell people I consider Dr. Dura to be my second mom, and I don't say that lightly. And it's always a pleasure to have her down here in Jamaica in the grill and hanging out with her. I always enjoy hanging out with Dr. Dura, and we went for dinner last week, and we'll be getting together hopefully again later on her stay this week, as a matter of fact. So with that, Dr. Dura, welcome to the podcast. We're going to get to your camera in a second, but everybody can hear you.
Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. How pleasant it is to greet you all from this beautiful location, this paradise I call Travelers Resort Hotel. I can't think of a better place to hang out, to be able to relax, to lime a little bit, and to celebrate life. And I come to you from New York City, and this has been my place of choice for some time now. And I am happy to be able to say Happy Father's Day to all of the men, all of the fathers, all of the dads who are out there. Whether you have performed the way you wanted to or not, there may be a desire in your heart to do even better. But this is a day that I encourage you as a man to step up to the plate and do what you have to do. And if you're doing it already, then I congratulate you and salute you on this day. I happen to be a daughter of a dad who was just a fantastic father. I could not have been blessed with a man in my life who taught me about being a young lady and a woman and how to choose a man of my own, and my own man who I celebrated almost 48 years of marriage, is at home with the children. And so I saluted him this morning. So I'm just happy to be able to just to chime in this morning to say hello. And don't be jealous if you are not in a weather where the ocean is blue and the sun is shining and the sand is at your feet. Just come out and join us and be with us as soon as you can at Travelers Hotel. Blessings, blessings, blessings.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Dara. Really appreciate that. Sorry to put you on the spot there, but you were sitting there, so I had to bring you on. Um, I'm gonna get my dad. Oh, you can see my dad in the back there. So we're gonna try to get him on as well to get this Father's Day special going. Okay, so sorry about the mic situation. I think we got it. So hopefully that will be okay for the second person that we have, or the next person that we have coming on. So as soon as my dad finishes up the convo that he has back there, then we are going to snag them. So Dr. Dora is, like as she said, she's from New York, and she always comes down here multiple times per year, and this is kind of her home and her getaway. And she has the ability to go travel anywhere in the world and also stay anywhere in the world. She has the means to do that and stay at any place in the grill, but she always chooses to be here. And the week before I came down, so last week I was telling you about my travels and my trips that I had prior to coming back to Jamaica. And the last event that I went to in New York was her event, her nonprofit organization, NTAC. And she's a nonprofit organization that helps other nonprofits throughout the New York City area. And she did just a great tribute to the nonprofits that she helps out, but then also recognize the Caribbean Man of the Year, which is actually a Jamaican, Mike Flanagan. And I thought that was pretty special. And I'm just happy to be able to support her organization and happy that I was able to be there. And it's just lovely to have her. So thank you again, Dr. Dara, for hopping on and for being here. All right, let's hop into the comments. And yeah, please continue. Let me know where everybody's from. I love hearing it. And let's get some comments on here. Hi, Natalie. Chiming in from Houston, Texas. Yes, Larry, good weather. Finally. Hi, Shayna. Greetings to you. And yes, of course. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to everyone. Okay, it's coming from St. Elizabeth, St. Bess. Welcome, Maria. Okay, thanks for watching the premiere, Shayna, and hopping on. Naya, welcome from ATL. Hi, Donna. Thank you so much for watching the real estate video. Appreciate it. And yes, please hit the like button. Definitely helps out a lot. Havila Travels, thanks for joining. Welcome. Chester, thank you so much. Thank you very much. Funkbringer, welcome. Yes, happy Father's Day, Jamaica. Island Dweller, thank you. Happy Father's Day to my dad. Thank you. I'll let him know. Thank you so much for the support, and I'm glad you like the content. All right, a lot of comments on the the mic situation, but I think we got it. They're setting up a tent in the background, so sorry for if you guys can hear the clanging and banging, but we have an event here later that they're preparing for. So, please excuse the extra background noise that you may hear. Kingston 16, welcome from California. Hey, Sue. Kid Dream, Brooklyn in the house. Welcome. Maureen Tapper from Canada, welcome. Sue, I will definitely wish my father happy Father's Day. Again, we're gonna try and grab him. He's sorry, he's back there, right there, waiting to be interviewed and waiting to come on. Right. Hey, Donna, thanks for joining. All right, excellent, excellent. Thank you all for the comments. So I was saying before, I'm not sure how many people are aware. We had really not bad weather, but it's been overcast and raining pretty much every day. Today's the first day that we have some sunshine, and it says it's not going to rain. It's just going to be overcast. So fingers crossed. And it's fitting that we have this kind of weather on Father's Day. So it's lovely out here. The guests are happy. They're having a good day, and just kind of good to be here. I'm happy too. We're able to be out here for a live stream. Hopefully next week, unlike last week, I should say, where we had to pick up all the laptop and all the equipment and put it inside. So hopefully we can just kind of chill out here for the next little bit. So appreciate you all joining. Appreciate your time. Appreciate everybody being here. So of course, my favorite part about doing these live streams are the Q&A, and I love just answering questions as best as I possibly can, and then trying to find out information on the ones that I don't have. So I know there was a ton of questions that I didn't have the answers to last week. So I still owe everybody that. I haven't forgot about it. I honestly just haven't even had the time to do the research and the follow up on it. But schedule is a little bit more clear this week and have a little bit more control. So I should be able to do that pretty easily. And any questions that I do not know from today's conversation, I will also follow up on as well and make sure that we have that available. I'm going to put that in the comments. We're not going to wait till next week to give you those answers to those questions. We're going to do it as quickly as humanly possible. But we have a lot of great content coming up. I am super excited. Of course, we have the Kingston series that's coming out the over the next few weeks. So the strategy I'm looking is hopefully I can do a Kingston video and a podcast every week for the next few weeks. Like that is hopefully I can push it to make it happen. Like I said, we worked on our pipeline a little bit in terms of getting out the content in a more just easier, less stressful way. That's the best way I could put it. And then because we're just sitting on it, we just have it here, but it's just a matter of finding the time, and again the breakdown of the pipeline. So excited to be sharing all of that with everybody as quickly as possible. And then we have some good interviews coming up that we have scheduled that I'm going to be doing over the next few weeks, and don't want to give too much away. And I would like once they're actually recorded, then I have no problem sharing it with you all on the live stream. As the least I can do, give you guys some inside info based on you taking the time out to hang out here on a Sunday. Other news, some other updates is the Thought X conference. Of course, that is still happening. What I am excited to announce and release is the website. So we're looking to launch the website next Sunday, as a matter of fact. So I mean, hopefully the people, like everybody who's on the live stream here, it's hopefully it's not too short of a window to book the trip. Like the way that I'm thinking about it is like we've been talking about it a lot here, and hopefully every week as we talk about ThropX, the conference, that people are getting a sense that it is happening and getting an understanding of what the conference is about and what we're looking to achieve and the goal. And the website is going to kind of nicely put a bow on the conference and on the booking of hotel and of the conference as well, and all the relevant information will be on there. So aiming to want to actually launch that next week during the live or the same day as the live, so we can talk about it and we can go through it, sort of thing. So that's the goal for this week and the big news. And I guess I'll go through the conference as well for those that may not be familiar. So ThropX is I would say, a conference that you all subscribers have come up with. I would say that's the best way I could describe it. We started out as considering doing a meetup down here, and then I figured, hey, why don't we turn it into something where I can give tangible value to you all? And so that's how the idea, the concept of the conference came up. So essentially, the ThropX conference is an investment conference, and it's for those who are thinking about investing in Jamaica, thinking about moving to Jamaica. And it is really being driven by the guests who have been on my podcast. And they are going to be the main panelists who are going to basically lend their expertise and their experience to you all, the patrons of the conference, and giving you inside information on what it is like to live here, what is it like to invest here. And I think the most important and key aspect of this conference, of this expo, is are the are the subject matter experts. So, for example, if you're looking to invest in the Jamaican real estate market, stock market, excuse me, um, we'll have experts in that. We'll have financial experts who we've had on the podcast. If you're looking to invest in land, or you want to buy commercial real estate, or you want to just come down and rent a house, do whatever it is. If you're trying to move here, we'll have somebody for that. So we'll have realtors here, and I've already spoken to all the realtors that I have worked with, and they all want to be a part of this, and I'm excited to have them on. And and then and I have good relationships with all of them. I thought they really, in terms of the videos that we have done together, I mean, I think they really, really brought the value. And I was like, hey, why not? They're like the best people. And to a certain extent, I feel like you all know them as well by having watched their videos and spent some time with them virtually. And so I think that's a good idea to have them on. And as we get closer to the conference, I will have more subject matter experts coming on the podcast. And we're also going to be doing a site visit as well. We already have the itinerary already planned out and laid out. So we'll be actually driving around the grill, looking at different properties. And the idea is really to give everybody a sense and a feel of, specifically Negril, but just in general, investing in Jamaica. And just like we're doing with the Kingston real estate video, I hope this brings some context to everybody who comes to the conference in November. So it's the 10th to the 14th of November of this year, and this is the host hotel, Travelers Beach Resort, and that will be, again, we'll be launching the site with all the relevant information this week. So super, I should say next week, 1 week from today. So super excited for that. We'll be working the entire week to make sure that we make that happen. And yeah, if you have any questions on ThropX, please let me know. Of course, and if you have any general questions, please let me know. I'm more than happy to do my best to answer them here on the live stream. Let's go to the comments. Donna Bryce has been watching videos and reading reviews on Travelers. Very impressed, considering it for later this year. Would love to have you, Donna. Thank you. Awesome. Would love, 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 love to have you. Safi Anderson says, hey, just watch a luxury apartment in Kingston video. Seems a lot of investment/pension companies buying property as opposed to individuals. Would be good to see the breakdown of who's buying what. Yeah, that's a good point. I learned about honestly, I learned about the pension investments through this video and through conducting it, and so that's the first time I understood that. But I know in the subsequent videos that are being released on Kingston, investing in Kingston real estate, we get into a lot more detail, and especially the conversation that I had with Noel. He brings so much understanding on what is happening in the real estate market, specifically in Kingston, and what's driving it. So I feel like I want to release that sooner rather than later. But we have to go in order of the content strategy that we put together. So that will be coming soon. I would love to think like next week, I want to have one of those released. So we really, he's just so good. He's just so good in terms of the knowledge and experience that he has. And, he doesn't hold any punches in terms of what he's saying and who he talks about, not in a negative way, but just like letting us know and educating us on, again, who are these players and who's investing, both, from a commercial standpoint to the individual standpoint as well. So really excited to release that. But good point. Thank you, Safi, for watching. I appreciate that. Maria says, my husband is also celebrating birthday and Father's Day today. He's from Leith, Hanover. Okay, well, happy birthday and happy Father's Day to your husband. Tony Mack, blessed Sunday. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers. Spectacular real estate video. Thank you so much, Tony. Really appreciate that. Don Moore, High Throp, wishing all dads a happy Father's Day from the here in Mississauga, Canada. Thank you, Don. Veronica says happy Father's Day to all the dads. I'm not a dad yet. One day soon, hopefully. Throp, is your dad's birthday today? My son is celebrating his 27th birthday today. Happy birthday to your dad. Thank you. My dad's birthday was on the 16th, but we celebrated yesterday, as a matter of fact. We did a little cookout across the street from Travelers, which was nice. And today we are celebrating Father's Day here. Got to try and get him. Dad. All right, we're going to try and get Dad to join in a sec. Come say hello. Tony from Poughkeepsie, thanks for joining. Oh, got a little bot there. Sorry, had to get rid of that. Hey, Barry from Dallas, thanks for joining.
He said he's finishing his drink.
Okay, all right.
Wait.
No problem. I'll be patient. All right, Dad is coming. Dad is coming. A little. No, whenever you finish.
Whenever you finish.
Whenever. Sorry for the yelling in the mic. Whenever you finish. Maria, hello. Thanks for joining. Rob X will be amazing. Thank you, Rachel. I hope so. I aim for it to be amazing. Chelsea says the skyline of Kingston is changing rapidly. Yeah, honestly. And when you go downtown, you don't see as much of what's happening in other parts of Kingston, but you get the feel like it's coming in terms of the construction and the residential housing that's bound to come, because the waterfront, Kingston Harbor, is so beautiful, like unbelievably beautiful, from just an infrastructure, standalone, natural looking place. It's amazingly beautiful, and it's just very known to be a poorer part of Kingston, but I think the powers that be are starting to realize how valuable that waterfront really is. And so what's happening, and you'll learn, is that big investors are going to downtown Kingston, and it's already started. And you kind of, not kind of, you'll learn about rumbling, so to speak. And this, we obviously shot this a little while ago, so the dynamics of that could have changed, as many things have changed since we filmed this Kingston real estate video. But the principles of investing in Jamaica still remain the same, and they're probably not going to change for a very long time. So good point, Chelsea. Good point. What is up with these bots? Okay. It's going to stay on top of that. All right. Got my dad here. Going to move over here. Okay. So let's see if we can get him set up. All right. Test your mic, Dad. Okay. Good. Can everybody hear my dad okay? All right. I think so. All right. Okay. There we go. All right. We got Dad on. Happy Father's Day, Dad. Again.
Thank you very much, son. Father's Day to you too. Although you're not a father yet, but
Hey, maybe I am. No, I'm kidding. I'm not. Yeah, just wanted to bring you on just to allow you to bring greetings. And I told everybody we celebrated your birthday yesterday across the street. And hold on, they say they're not hearing you. 1 second. Go ahead, Dad. Speaking to them.
yes. Can you hear me?
Can you hear them now? Hold on 1 second. Can you hear? Okay, hold on. We're gonna try to fix the audio. We're not hearing him. It says it's low. No, that's me. That's me. I'm one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's two. Yeah. All right. We're gonna try to fix the audio. All right. See that? Check that. Okay. Can you guys? Can you? Can you all hear me? Can you hear me now? Just checking his mic to see if it's working. Mic check 1 2. No, this one's not working. No. Maybe we'll just use one mic for now. You wanna work on that? No, no. Static. It's probably the cord. All right, we're gonna use. Try to change out the cords. Let me get the headphone. All right, all right. We're gonna use one mic for now. Okay, we'll make it work. We'll make it work. Okay. All right. So I will let you do your greetings. Like I said, Dad, we talked about the your party yesterday and celebrating your birthday, which I told everybody was on the 16th. I didn't tell them how old you were, but I told them that was we were celebrating your birthday. So I will give you the mic and you can say hello.
Hello to everyone out there in Radio Land, and in this case, Podcast Land. I always want to take time out to wish all the fathers happy Father's Day. And if you happen to be lucky like I am, I was born on Father's Day, you're a very special person. So today, like I said to you just yesterday, we celebrated my birthday party, and this Winthrop didn't say it, but I was 81 just yesterday. I'm very proud of it, feeling very good, and to know that the Lord has allowed me to live as long as I have, and I look forward to the next 81 years. All being well. But realistically, I'm feeling good, and I'm looking forward to continuing, and especially continuing the work I do with our children here in Jamaica, and to make life better for them, fighting crime through education, which is my passion. And like I say, just this morning, I looked at a 10-acre property in which want to use it to be the headquarters for the NEAT Foundation, where we can train more teachers, more children, and make a better life for all. Thank you, sir.
Can you break down a little bit about what you envisioned for the 10-acre property that you looked at today?
Yes, I'd be very happy to. I would like to make that 10-acre property to be a tourist destination. It's exactly 10 minutes ride from Negro, and it's borderline the main road, and the back of it is the river. And I'd like to turn it into a major farmland for teacher children farming. I would like to have a playground on it for track. I'd love to have a swimming pool on it. I'd love to have an area in which we have chickens, goats, and of course, honey. You know, we do 200 bottles of honey every year, and we like to get to 1,000 bottles of honey. And we'd like to have our tourists come in and purchase a tree, just like we have across the road right now, wherein you can buy a tree for $100, and you can pay $100 every year to maintain that tree. Every $100 allow us to buy a tablet for a child in our program. And we've been very successful so far of having over 2,000 children and parents pass through our program. And we'd like to continue that program, fighting crime through education, with our children and our parents. Of course, in our classes that we have, a child must attend with a parent. Children from 9 to 14, that vulnerable age for them to make the wrong or right decision, who attends our classes, and it's an 8 week course class, and the children have to get the 4 pillars of success 100%, and the 4 P's. The 4 pillars of success are honesty, punctuality, a good attitude, and discipline. And the 4 P's are your passion, which you do, you practice, you pray on it, and have patience, and let God does His work. So that what our children have to get 100%. And of course, if they do very well in our program, they can get a day pass for come into our hotel or other participating hotels. And if they do extremely well, we take them to Disney World. We've had 7 trips to Disney World so far, in which children who have really excelled in our program has qualified for it, and we intend to continue that program. Of course, I must mention that 2 years in a row we have had the Japanese children come and visit our classes, and we are very fortunate before the pandemic to have able to take 10 of our children to Japan as part of that cultural exchange. And it's a huge thing we're trying to do in terms of expanding our headquarters and having the children uh, be a part of it, learning farming, have cottages where other guests from around the world can come in and teach our children different things. And it's just a massive program, and we're asking everybody to look out for it, join us, and help us to fight crime through education, through our program. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Dad. And we talk about NEAT here a lot. So I'm glad that we had an opportunity, or everyone here had an opportunity to hear a little bit of the insight about what we're doing now, and then also the plans that you have for the 10-acre property. Fingers crossed, everything works out with that. And so today's theme is about Father's Day and fatherhood. And Dr. Dara gave a greeting earlier as well, which was very nice, and we appreciate that. And then even yesterday, even though we were celebrating your birthday, and I mentioned this in the speech that I gave, is that even though it was your birthday, you didn't really make it about you. You made it about the kids and the organization more than anything else. And so, with that, I do want to bringing it back to fatherhood, I do want to give everybody who is here on the live stream just some insight into our family and into you as a dad. And so, obviously, we didn't rehearse this, but give a one memory that you can think of I don't know, raising me, being a dad to me, and we'll just leave it at that.
Wow, I could give several. Once again, I'm very proud father to have been able to bring up my 3 boys by myself as a single parent: Winthrop, Winfield, and Wingate. And of course, of the 3 boys, Winthrop was the most mischievous. And there's so many mischievous things I could tell you about Winthrop. It's unbelievable. But one thing I want to say about the 3 boys, I remember distinctly one day when when their grandmother, which is my mother, came to New York, and she was in the bathroom. And whenever she comes in town, they leave me alone and they hang around grandma. And I remember she was in the bathroom brushing her teeth, and they all ran out and said, "Come, daddy, daddy, come, look, grandma can do magic." She took her plate out, and I thought it was the funniest thing that ever seen with these kids. So these guys have been around, and they've just been the love of my life, and I can't tell you how proud I am to be a single parent and to have achieved the things I have. Another fine memories, I don't know if it's fine, memory I have is every year I take him to the theme park up in upstate New York, these horse ranches and these dude ranches. And I remember every year I go, I take the boys and I pay children's fare, because when you're under 2 years old, you don't have to pay. And I remember since we go every year, I remember this particular year, I think Wingate has now 4 year old. So I grabbed him and lift him up in my arm because I've been getting away with this not paying for him because he was under 2. And this year, man, it's 4 years old. So I grabbed him up in my arm, and I'm paying at the counter, not discounting it. So how old is that one? I said, man, I don't know. He must be 2 or something. And Winthrop said, no, you know that he's 4 years old. It cost me $120 more for getting into that place. So Winthrop has been a trip in my life, man. But I really have fun bringing up my children. It's been a wonderful, wonderful experience. I don't think anything else in my life I've, I feel so accomplished about than the fact that I was able to bring up my children. I have not changed it for anything in the world. And I encourage other fathers out there to get involved in your children's life. Father figure makes so much of a difference. And I'm saying to you, Like I said to you, my children was really, really, really brought up in the way I think every child should be brought up. And hence, I continue that in my education program. I try to teach them the same thing that it took me to bring up my children. I teach to others that they can be a successful parent as I am. Thank you again, Charles.
All right. Everybody's laughing in the comments. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. I hope I wasn't that bad, but I was a little mischievous as a kid for sure. For sure. I guess last father's question. I mean, we could take it wherever. But do you have like a favorite trip that we took as kids or even as an adult that you can remember? Or maybe not favorite, but whatever comes to mind, that a trip that you really enjoyed with us or
Yeah, man, I can remember several because every year we try to do the Dude Ranch, we try to go on cruises. And like I said to you, every year we just have fun and it keeps getting better and better. But one particular one that stands out in my head is we're on a cruise ship together, just me and my three boys. And each of my children, Winthrop, Winfield, and Wingate, had to go to music lessons from they were 6 years of age. And they go from six, and Winthrop was the first one to drop out at age 12. Then Winfield drop out. Then Wingate drop out. After I spending all that money to send them to piano lessons for 6 years, they all dropped out and left me stranded. However, this particular year we were on a cruise ship, and they used to have a song that they played together and on the piano. And one would play one part, another one play the other part, and they all got together and have a closing. And we were on the cruise ship and they were playing the piano. And let me tell you something. We were one of the few black persons on the ship family. And let me say to you, everybody gathered around the piano to watch my sons playing, and how proud I was of them to see everybody cheering at their song. And they played it so perfect, it's unbelievable. So that's one of my proudest moments of being on my children on vacation. Thank you again, Winston. That was wonderful, wonderful trip. But I may go on. Should I to tell a story about when these children were growing up? Of course, when I get in from work, mommy is not thing there. That dad, they jump in dad's lap, and one would have the position on one of my leg, which was Winfield, and the other leg was belonged to Winthrop, and around the neck belongs to Wingate. And one day, Winthrop went to the bathroom, and when he came back from the bathroom, Winfield has taken his leg, and he grabbed Winfield and punched him. I said, "Get out there! This is my daddy. That's my seat." I said, "No, Winthrop, that's his daddy too. He's entitled." They couldn't understand. He couldn't understand why. You know. I'm saying, this is your daddy too. He has to make room for him. So that was another a wonderful experience. I don't know if it's wonderful. Another experience that we had with my sons. Thank you again, Winthrop.
Oh, thank you for sharing. I don't remember doing that, but that doesn't sound like me. Would I punch my brother like that? Probably. Well, thank you so much for sharing that. I appreciate it, and everybody in the comments is appreciating it as well. So I thought that was just like a good opportunity to give everybody just a little insight. And my dad is a good storyteller, as you can hear and see, and he loves telling these stories. So I thought it was a good opportunity and perfectly relevant in celebrating Father's Day here today on the beach. So thank you everybody for listening. I hope you found it entertaining at the very least. I know I did. Uh, so um, Nicola says, "Who knew Throp was so rude?" Nicole, oh, thank you, Nicole. um, all right. So, kind of moving away from that, I do want to ask like a generic question. So, a lot of people are considering like wanting to move to Jamaica who are in the audience, and they're trying, like everybody is in like their own step, like own part of their own journey of coming here. Some people are very young. I met a young man the other day. He's actually staying here. He's 18 from Pennsylvania, and he already says he wants to move here and he's trying to move here. And then we have people on the other side of the spectrum who are either retired or about to retire, and they're looking to move to Jamaica, and again trying to figure it out and trying to figure out what's best for them and their situation. So, in I guess the most generic way, what advice would you give to somebody who is going to move here or who is considering moving to Jamaica?
Yeah, that one I'd be happy to answer. First of all, there's also a song that I comes to my mind that says, "Nowhere no better than yard," which is one of our reggae songs. And truly, after traveling to over 100 countries, and I look back to all the countries I've been to, and I come back home, truly that saying is really true in my mind. Nowhere no better than Jamaica. For the point of view, there's thus we have everything that we need here: sun, sea, water, the land, everything, fruitful land, everything you can think of is right here in this small, small little island in the dot in the Caribbean. And think of all the wonderful sports characters and the people who excel uh, in life from this country for such a small country of less than 3 million people. And I'm saying to you, I'm sitting right here on the beach. And I can look to my left and to my right. I see people of different color, of different nations, you name it, different age groups. And like I said to you, everyone is just relaxing, having fun. And this is just a wonderful and fun place to be. Of course, like any other country, we have our challenges, and most of the challenges is from amongst the younger folks who are there like a gang affair. But for the most part, here is a very safe place to be. I recommend, of course, if you come here, check it out yourselves. Don't go astray and go wild off on your own before you know where you're going. Always travel with someone. And I'm saying to you, if you're going to live here in Jamaica, a gated community is the place to be. Gated communities. They're very, very safe. I've never even heard of any incident happening in gated community. So I'm suggesting that if you're a foreigner coming here, please choose a gated community to live. I'd certainly recommend that. And if you are someone who's coming back home, don't go back to your community and build no big houses and expect that somebody's not going to envy you and come in there and try to rob you. That will happen. Come back here if you're a retiree and you're coming back to Jamaica. You yourself choose a gated community to be, because that's the safest place there is to be. But if you can travel around Jamaica safely, no problem whatsoever, do sensible things that you would in your own country. You wouldn't walk down a back street by yourself any given night. So don't come to Jamaica and do that and expect something's not going to happen to you. You understand? So, but in overall, Jamaica is a very, very safe country, one I love dearly, and people from all over the world. That's why I wouldn't move from here. Where I'm sitting at right now, I say I'll be here for the rest of my life because I will see people from every different country I've traveled to come here and enjoy and want to live the same life that I do. I'm living and enjoying, and I welcome everyone to come here and sit down with me, hang out with in Negril or any part of Jamaica because it's such a beautiful country.
Okay, thank you very much, Dad. All right, so last question, and then I'll let you enjoy the rest of your Sunday and your rest of your Father's Day. Um, if you were somebody coming from abroad and you were gonna move here, and but you wanted to start a business, and let's speak maybe specifically to Negril, I guess since we know it the best. What type of business or businesses would you recommend, or maybe that you'd like to see in Negril that you think would do well?
Firstly, if you're coming here to do business, you must have in your head what you want to do. You can almost start any business here in Jamaica. I suggest that you should stick around a business that can earn you a lot of foreign exchange. So in case you have to do anything abroad, you have a hard currency you can deal with. And there's many businesses that you can do that in. Of course, I'm in the hotel business, and of course, I do. I get foreign dollars from it, and guess what? Also, because you can do some of the business online, you can stay right here and do your business right there in the United States or actually any part of the world. So I think it's conducive to anything that you want to you want to do. And the banks are very lenient with those who are coming into the country. You get tax breaks and all those wonderful things. And I'm saying to you, this is a wonderful place to do business in. And you can do any form of business in the part of Jamaica. But just be careful of who you hang out with and make sure that you're in the right company and get the right advice. And there's an organization called Jampro. Jampro is the organization that helps foreigners to get settled down in whatever business they want to be, and they have all the information for you. You could even check them out before you get here. Give them a call, look on their website, learn all about the different opportunities. And I suggest to you just grab one and come on down and join us. Thank you again, Tron.
All right. Thank you very much, Dad. I appreciate that. That's all the questions that I have for today. Okay. All right. Thank you. Appreciate your time. That was very nice. Oh, they say everybody says Happy Father's Day, Dad. All right. Got a little treat. All right. Okay, we're gonna let's get back to these comments. Got a lot. I hope everybody enjoyed that. That was a treat, like I said, and it was nice to have that on. And I hope you got some insight into our family and how we were great raised, and also some insight into how he thinks about how are his recommendations, I should say, on those folks who are considering moving here, and what he would recommend that you do, and then of course what he would recommend as far as housing and residence and that sort of thing. So thank you to my dad for joining. Appreciate his insight and his wisdom. So I'm just going to scroll up to the comments. Let's check out the beach there. Oh, we got a lot rolling in. Okay. Bear with me here. Bear with me. Okay. I let him know everybody said Happy Father's Day and Happy Birthday. Thank you. He says he's looking. I'll make sure he gets all these nice compliments about how he's looking good. Thank you, everybody. Let's see. Okay, let's go. We'll start from here. Rockman says your father was made for live streaming. I understand why he is a successful businessman. Happy Father's Day, Mr. Wellington. Bless up yourself. Okay, hold on. All right, they want to show the crab. They just caught that crab, so they're showing it. There we go. Yeah, don't lose your fingers there. I think they just caught him on the beach. Yeah, don't break the camera. Yeah, there's definitely crab season out here. There's a lot of, as you drive on the road, you'll see a lot of crabs, especially at night when I'm driving at home. You see them coming out. Looks pregnant. Okay, they're gonna boil him. Her. I don't think he's pregnant. Okay. All right. Nice crab. Let's get back. Oh, so Marie says, awesome throb. Check out Wode Maya. He's a Ghanaian YouTuber. I think I know him. Somebody had mentioned him. I think I started following him. Thank you for that, Marie. Don says, looking good, Mr. Welcome. We'll be back to Travelers in November. Will be first time in November. I'm bringing a friend for the first time to visit Negril, and we'll be celebrating my birthday while there. Awesome. Looking forward, Don. Synthwave, what's up, man? Says, this is so inspiring. Veronica says, well said. Like your accent. Okay. Pat says, I would love to volunteer in your program. I'm all the way in St. Catherine. Sure, we'd love to have you. Even if you, I mean, if you ever made it to Nick Grill, I mean, we can always sit down and talk and see how you can hop in. We'll be more than happy to try to make that happen. You can send me a DM on Instagram at Throp, and we can talk there, or you can email me at throp@thropmedia.com. Thanks, Pat. Chelsea says, Throp, your family is an asset to Negril and Jamaica. Thanks for the work that your family is doing to make Jamaica a better place. I wish your father long life and great health. Thank you, Chelsea. Thank you all for the very nice comments to Dad. Jessica says, my daughter does the same thing. We call her our little narc, always stitching on us. Oh, that's funny. Shayna says, oh, I love hearing these cherished memories. He's such a proud father. Thank you. Withhold Radomski, Dr. Radomski. Big up Winston Papa. Thank you, Dr. Radomski. Yeah, I guess I do owe my dad $120, right? I don't even remember that story. That's not fair. All right, all right. Oh, of course, we got Nicole's message. I got better, so I'm not rude anymore. Rachel says, your father's a great man. He sold you out. Yes, he did. A&J, welcome from Barbados. Thank you for hopping on. Jessica, hey, Jess, how you doing? Thanks for joining. Nowhere's better than in yeah, that's right. A&J says, Jamaica have so many talented artists that have come out of the country. The food is delicious, the people entertaining, the accent sublime. All right. Kwame says, I would say that the demographic of those to make Jamaica has changed. No longer is the retirees, so their focus for home is more conservative, and they're more comfortable with smaller homes. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I guess that could be opinion. I don't know if that's true. But I could see how that is relevant. Safi says, preach daddy nowhere better than a yard. And yes, to gated communities, they are more intimate. Forget the 9-bed, 8-bath house that takes 10 years to sell. Oh, I think I see what you're saying, Kwame. To Safi kind of cleared that up for me. Yes, yes, yes. Because you do see a lot of humongous houses here. And even me, I still rent. I don't own a home here yet, but that's not something that I have any ambitions of doing, is like building like these humongous houses. Nope, small, I would say. And just I also think about the environment and the impact that I have on the environment. So that's something that I am considering whenever I do get to a point where I am going to build a house. Good point. Kwame says, I would also say that where there are other returnee communities, it's best to have a home rather than just gated. These areas tend to be as safe as gated. Gotcha. Good point. Good point. All right. Avela Travel says, would a vegan / plant-based restaurant do well in the grill? I think so. I always say that because there's only, I believe, 2 that I can think off the top of my head that is solely focused on that. I could be wrong, but there's only 2 that I know of. And then there's not like the it place for like plant-based or vegan restaurants, right? There's not that branding, if you will. Like, I know where to send people for good lobster. I know where people to send people for good fish. I know where people to send people for good steak, tacos, you name it. We can point people in that direction. In the grill, restaurants have branded themselves as such, or have become known for these sort of things. But there's nowhere I can think of that is known for that everybody's like, yeah, that's the vegan place. Yep, that's the vegetarian place. So I think there's a gap in the market, is what I'm trying to say. And I think there's tremendous opportunity with that. Let's see. Shayna, we have over 200 watching and under 100 likes. If you're really enjoying the content, please hit the like button to share this content out to more people. Yes. Yeah, we've never hit 239. This is amazing. Thank you all for joining. This is the definitely the most that we've ever had joining a live stream. So that's pretty awesome. We're growing. Thank you for everybody for joining, and thank you for everybody for hanging out on this Father's Day Sunday. Kwame says we need to talk. Let's talk. Rachel says, seriously, when I first visited Negril, the first thought was, wow, there are so many business opportunities. Hence my reason for leaving the big bad US. I agree. There is like so many opportunities and so many businesses that are literally just missing from Negril that we need to like one. I mean, I'll just list off of it like a few that I can think of. So I think there is a lot more room for a diversity in restaurants. I'll say that. So in Kingston, there's great diversity, and I think like you see like even some new restaurants that I see opening, like they're still doing like Jamaican food, and I'm like, man, that's all well and good. We are in Jamaica, and you can get that anywhere. But I mean, if you really want to make a difference in you as you're on an entrepreneurial venture in an entrepreneurial way, like do something different. Honestly, like people are, and do it good. Do it good. Don't come and like try a thing or you never done it before and you experiment. Like no, have all your ducks in a row. Have it lined up. Good service, quality food, coming out in a timely manner, nice decor in the way that it's set up, and I think you'll do really, really, really well. I also think that there is not enough social activities to do outside of um, partying. Although I do think there is tremendous room for nightlife in Negril. Like the nightlife that we have coming on is very more of the same, which is great. It's gotten us to where we are. There are some signature yearly events that happen in Negril that everybody looks forward to. And I think those are great. And those are the weekends and days and nights of entertainment that everybody looks forward to. But I'm really speaking to like day to day, like every week and every Friday, or we go to this place. And I will say both for nighttime and daytime entertainment, specifically daytime entertainment. Yeah, I mean, yes, there's obviously we're on a beautiful white sand beach that everybody comes here for, and that's the main attraction, and just kind of chilling out and just doing that every day. And a lot of people come just for that, and they don't want to do anything else. But for those that do want to do things outside of that, there are a lot of like a few live bands that have opened up during the day, which is very traditional and speaks to the Jamaican culture. But again, I think there's more room for diversification in that, especially from as I look at and think about Jamaica from a competitive standpoint globally in entertainment and in entertainment specifically for young people, because the young people eventually they're going to become the old, I don't say old people, but mature people, and they grow, they're going to move up in their careers, and they're going to have choices, and they're going to remember the times that they had in specific countries and experiences they had. And eventually, they're the ones that hopefully are going to be coming back and either living here or staying in our 5-star resorts and that sort of thing, and they're going to have money, they're going to have a lot more disposable income. But it's a matter of embedding that great experience while they're young, maybe in their early 20s, coming on, and maybe they're coming for spring break or whatever it is, and we have a high level of entertainment value and a high level of giving just good quality experience to them when they're here. And so again, from a global competitive standpoint, when I travel and I go to different events and I see what's happening in the market, I'm like, man, we're not really competing on that level here in Jamaica. At least I speak to Negril, we're not really competing on that level. And so I think especially from a daytime perspective, I think there's a lot nighttime perspective on a weekly basis. Like we can definitely do with like another club or a lounge, something of that nature. And it doesn't have to be like this crazy bass bumping club, but even like a nice high quality lounge that's for like more for like the mature crowd, 35 plus, 40, 45 plus sort of thing. And you attract that market, because again, those are the folks that are in their advanced parts of their career. They have a little bit more disposable income. I think we can be going for that. As far as like the services that we can offer here as well, like I said, like I've mentioned this many times before. Like me and my brothers, we want to go see Top Gun, and we're trying to figure out like all these logistics about going to Montego Bay, and that is like an hour and a half for us close to, and like that's what we have to do. We spend 3 hours traveling to go see a movie. I'm like, man, why can't we have a movie theater here? I think that would be good. Just simple things, a bowling alley. I think that would do well. You get a lot of support. Maybe a driving movie theater. I don't know. I think these things would do really, really well. I also think there is, if you're into IT, I know we're lucky because me and my brothers are relatively young, excuse me. We know a little bit about technology, but even IT solutions, I think there is more of a need for that. And, even we're actually continuing to build out and refine our Wi-Fi network, and even getting it to virtual management. So, and then also having a team come in to manage that. So we found a team, but I think those sort of IT solutions, those are needed because there's many hotels, especially small hotels that I know of, that have some issues or challenges with their Wi-Fi network. And with a Wi-Fi network, it needs to be constantly maintained, constantly managed. It's not something that you just plug it in and you forget about it and everything works fine. No, there's always something that you need to upgrade, and the internet is changing, technology is changing. So again, I think from an IT solutions perspective, I think that is also a great business to have. So those are just some off the cuff thoughts on possible businesses that I think could do well. And then, even like from a hotel perspective and a housing, I mean, we could talk all day about that. I mean, there is such a major need for housing in the Grove, for, I would say, middle to upper middle class housing in the Grove. Like that is so 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 needed, and especially during the winter months, it's very. I mean, it's even now. If we're here in June, we're about to be in July. If you haven't booked accommodations, if you're staying at like a Airbnb and you're trying to book accommodations, there's probably nothing for you right through March right now. I would almost guarantee that, because I was looking for somebody and to start May last month and go basically a year lease, and couldn't get it because like, oh no, we're booked up for the winter. And I was asking around, asking around, asking around. And so there's not enough inventory. And yes, I know we're post pandemic and the demand is a little bit higher than usual, but this was true before the pandemic. I can tell you that. And so, again, I think that's, if you're a real estate investor and you're looking for an opportunity in a market that is, I wouldn't say it is an infantile stage, it's a little mature for sure, but it's definitely at a stage where there are still tremendous, tremendous benefits and tremendous opportunity. So that's just, again, off the cuff business ideas. Let's keep going here. Let's keep going. Give you guys the beach view while I scroll these comments. So you guys think he's made for the mic? I'll let him know. I'll let my dad know that is. We says coming back in September. Can I get room 51? Everybody loves that room. That's like one of our most sought after rooms. It's a very nice view of the pool and the ocean and most of the property. No promises. You're really gonna have to check with the front desk and let them know that and request that room. Gizzy J says maybe a video on a gated community special video. I did 2 of those. I did that with Margaret Edgar. She's a German realtor here in the Grill, and they have done very well. And we did a podcast as well. So we did 3 videos with Margaret from Germany, and again, it did very well. It's on my channel, by the way, Gizzy. Sorry, I can't put the link because I'd have to go out and come back in, but it's on my channel if you just check the videos there. Carmen says, Happy Father's Day and happy birthday to Mr. Dopp. You are a wonderful father, and thanks for your advice about coming to Jamaica. Thank you. Emily asked, What's the name of the hotel where you are? This is Travelers Beach Resort. Travelers Beach Resort. Let's see if we could put up the banner. That's the website if you want to check it out. Oh no, I lost my spot in the comments. Okay, got it back. Heather says, Hello, Throp. Happy Father's Day to your awesome dad. I am. Is that Andre's mom or Andre's mom? Cool. Thank you. Thank you for that. Fiona says, What do you think a farm project like that would cost? Just curious. Oh, this is, I guess, talking about the land that my dad was talking about. So the 10 acres that he's looking at, 5 of it he's looking to dedicate to farming. I have no idea in terms of, I can't really talk about the price because they're still negotiating the land price. So that's hard to say at this point. The farm itself, I don't even know. We're talking about chickens. We're talking about probably need to do. I haven't seen it. They went on a site tour this morning. Excavation. I mean, I'm no farmer, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's tens of thousands and maybe even hitting 6 digits. It's tens of thousands for sure, US dollars, tens of thousands US dollars. I'm just thinking about the excavation and then, getting somebody to farm because you need somebody there, a full-time farmer to be on the farm because we have a small farm right now, nowhere near 5 acres, but we have he's the farmer's not 24/7, but he's full-time there, and it took a while to get it going, and it's a very slow thing. Obviously, farming, working with the land, working with nature, these things take time, but I mean, to really get going, I would think tens of thousands of US dollars and possibly even hitting that 6-figure point. He's quite easily, actually, come to think of it. So that's my best estimate. Sorry, I'm so vague. All right, let's keep going here. Gizi says, because you're of your dad's actions is the reason why we know you and the amazing business. He's a champion. Thank you. Two Princess says, we need to highlight these fathers. I think that's a good idea. CK Bond, welcome. Haven't seen you in a bit. Thanks for hopping on. Thanks for joining. Hey, Gavin. I referenced you earlier, actually. Didn't say your name, though. Thank you, CK. Mark says, hello from Brampton. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Much respect to your dad. Thank you, man. Thank you, Mark. Oh, Ingrid. Yes. Okay. I will commit. Make sure we attend. I will commit. We will have a tour next week at the hotel. I keep saying this. We're going to do a tour, even if it's just, me like coming off the live, me taking my phone and just walking around. I'm committing to that. You will have that. I will try, hopefully, to maybe get a room or two. But we're pretty busy though. We're running a high occupancy right now, so that might not be possible. But at the very least, next week you got guaranteed we're going to do a tour of the hotel. I'll take you all around and show you the property. You can hold me to that. Thank you, Ingrid. Thank you for that. Hey, Ebony, thanks for hopping on. Okay. Cassine, I think you're talking about the houses. She says, I don't mind it being humongous, but they're so gaudy, no architectural design, scale, balance. I agree. Totally agree. I'm like, man, what are you doing here? Thank you for that, Cassine. Rockman says, are there enough Italian restaurants? No, I love Italian food. There can never be enough Italian restaurants. I would say there's opportunity for that, and I just think anything that you do, especially in the restaurant industry, it just has to be good. It just has to be really good service, and people are going to support. At the end of the day, people are going to come out and support you, and I know I would. Another Italian restaurant. I don't think there aren't too many. There are too many Jamaican restaurants. That's for sure. Rachel says, "There you go, day and nighttime entertainment." You said it right there. And let's not forget excellent customer service. That's what brings people back. Yeah, if you had an entertainment area day or night, and you just had stellar bartenders, stellar wait staff, even like the welcome. I mean, man, forget about it. You would do so well here. Like, if that becomes the pillar of your business, you're gonna blow out half the competitors out here like day one on that alone. Great point, Rachel. Great point. I think this is a good point, Rockman. Daytime live music is fantastic. Some travelers go to bed early. I agree. This has always been a topic of contention here in Negril, because a lot of the entertainment is open air. A lot of it is on the beach, specifically nighttime entertainment. And many people, I would say the majority of people who come to visit Negril, it's a more mature crowd in general, I would say. And people want to get their sleep, and we all should respect that. Everybody deserves a good night's sleep, and somebody else's fun shouldn't inhibit somebody else from getting a good night's rest. That's always been my policy, so to speak, and my principles as it relates to entertainment. And there is a way to do that. There's always a way to do that. And I think now we've reached a great balance in Negril as far as that's concerned, as far as nighttime entertainment in specific locations, that those who want to hang out and be out late can do that without disturbing folks who are going to bed early like myself. Thanks, Rockman, for that. Hey, Lindy, welcome. Janazelle says Top Gun Maverick is a great movie. I can't wait. Yeah, Maridi, I think our drive-in movie theater would be great. Francis, thanks for chiming in from Jacksonville. Thank you, Marie. I got some more bots here. Crazy. Sorry about that, everybody. Shayna Love says, "Hey Throp, for the upcoming conference, is a volunteer NEAT segment considered? I think it would be a great opportunity for participants to experience while there." Just a thought. I think that's a great idea. Let me actually go to my notes section here and write that down. I don't want to forget that. Okay. We will definitely include that. Thank you for that. Great idea, Shayna. And we'll give people an opportunity to either give back or volunteer and learn about the nonprofit organization. Appreciate that. I lost my place again. Okay, there we go. CK Bond, can we have a tour of the hotel room 51? Yes. If 51 is available, we will make our way up to there. I will. Let's make a note of that. I will try to see if I'm sure if it's available this week, maybe I can just do a segment on that room alone. I feel like that's going to cause some problems because everybody's going to want room 51 that way. But anyway, we will do that. That's what the people want to see. That's what CK Bond wants to see. Room 51 it is. Okay, I wrote that down. I'll try to get that done this week. Emily says, "What are some of the impediments of starting a business in Jamaica?" Not many. As far as like the legal or technical aspects of starting a business in Jamaica, it is very 1, 2, 3. Going through the company's office of Jamaica, registering your company, attaining a TRN. We talked about taxes and TRNs last week on the live stream. It is pretty straightforward, and most of it you can do online. You don't have to. It's not like back in the day where you had to take a trip to Kingston. I did registering this business Here, I did everything from here in the grill. I didn't have to go anywhere. I didn't have to do anything. So there's nothing to inhibit you, you know. And if we want to talk about like industry specific things, I would say if you're in, and you'll learn this as you go, like if you're in real estate and you're looking to purchase land, purchase property, it's just, and I don't have this experience. I have this experience vicariously through my brother, through Winfield. He's the last person that I won't say worked closely with, but I was very arm's length in touch with him during the process that he went through. And it was time. There was always like some sort of new obstacle that he had to go through, but eventually he got it done. And it's you're looking at a minimum of 3 months, and we talked about this already. If you're looking to purchase land, apartment, you're looking at 3 months turnaround to acquire a piece of a property. But many landowners are sellers of land, apartments, houses. They are like almost okay with, like, if you wanted to like start refurbishing and doing this, most of the time they're okay with you starting as long as the deal is in process, money is in escrow, etc., etc. And I've seen that happen all the time, even in the facility that I live in. That happens all the time. So there are, if you're in a rush, so to speak, there can be some workarounds, but I wouldn't say depend on that by any means. But for the most part, you're looking at 3 months. If you're, hotel, for example, it's a very, in my opinion, it's a very over-regulated industry from a hotelier's perspective. I forget, the amount of oversight committees, and we have, and some of them are necessary. We have to be fire compliant, we have to be TPDCO compliant, and within all these compliances there are all like these laundry lists of different checkoffs that we have as an industry. Beach license, if you're doing water sports, that's a whole nother list of things. So restaurant, health compliant. Again, things that are important, that are required, but like, I mean, super, super, super regulated industry to be like a proper hotel. And I'm not discouraging anybody from doing it. It's doable. It's just doable, but you just have to just stay on top of it and know what you're getting into. And each industry has their own quirks in respect to making sure that they're a regulated legal entity, right? So that's something that I would say, if I wouldn't even call it an impediment, but it's just unique to every industry that's out there. I hope that answers your question, Emily. Thank you for the question. Marie says, "Are you hiring at the hotel? I spoke with you about this particular young man who has a degree in environmental science and is unable to get a job. He lives near Frome, Westmoreland." No, as far as I know, we are not hiring. I have the resume. Thank you, Marie. I still have that on file in an email, but I don't know of anything. You know what I will do, and Frome is a little way away, but I will follow up with you, and because we're even considering, like, for my company, Thought Media, we're looking to get some interns in the next few weeks, because it's just part of our mission as a company is to create opportunity for young people, and especially specifically in the creative industry. And I think, again, kind of going back to business ideas, there's not a lot of that in the grill, and there's not a pipeline to kind of get creatives from. But I don't think that our young people have an opportunity, or even thinking that way. And even from an educational infrastructure standpoint, that's not something that's being taught, or even open. People are even open about that sort of thing. So maybe that could be an opportunity, and we'll talk about that, Marie, and we'll see as we go along, and as we look for interns. I will make note of that now, actually. That, Marie. All right, a lot of comments, so I'm going to start speeding through these. Sorry. Shannon says, "Do you have a moderator? I just saw a spammer inappropriate." Yeah, no moderator. Oh, thank you. I see. I don't know how these keep coming in here. Yeah, no moderator. It's just me. I'm doing my best here. Thank you for that, Shayna. All right. Andrew says, if you're a small business and you want to sell beer and spirits, do you need an alcohol license? Okay, so this one's a weird one. Yet the answer to that is yes. However, the way it works is, and like I haven't been in the operations of the hotel, so if my information I'm giving you is dated, please excuse me. But you're supposed to get this license that you have, and because the process is, I don't know if arduous is the right word, but because it is a process and the organization is backed up. At least this was 5+ years ago the way it was, and you'd have to go to this hearing. At least for us here in the Grill in Sav, and you have to sit and wait for the name of your hotel to be called to come up and get your license. And the way it was, at least again 5 years ago, is that you'd have to, because you were going through this process, you have to put this sign in your bar that's basically like, it's literally, it is my intention to attain a spirit license, blah 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 blah, and there's like specific wording, and like, as long as you had that up in your bar, you're okay to sell alcohol and liquor. But that's just the way it was. Again, I don't know if it's still that way, but that's the way it was 5 years ago. And you will be, if you wanted to set up a bar, I think you would be okay. Just leave it at that. I think you would be okay. Technically, you do need to get your licenses and your to sell liquor, etc. So just something to take into consideration. And of course, if you're starting a business here in Jamaica, you want to do everything you possibly can to be above board. So I would encourage everybody to do that. NJ say, does your mother live in Jamaica? No, my mother lives in Brooklyn. She's actually here in the chat. I won't tell you who she is though, but she's here. She's here on the live. Two Princess says, what is the name of this hotel? This is Travelers Beach Resort in Negril. Travelers Beach Resort. Linda Lou from Oregon. Hello again. Miss Jones says we will get a tour of the property and a guidance to, wow. We will remind you. I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. You're welcome, Ingrid. You're very welcome. Nope. Trini American spent most of my life with Jamaicans and in Jamaica. Awesome. I didn't know that about you, Rachel. Now I know. Hello, Wayne. Thanks for joining. Yes, you got that tour next week, Donna. Guaranteed. Michael says, do not show my room. I'm booked there, stay there the last 2 weeks in November. All right. No promises on either end. Charles says, my husband and I are coming to your resort in November, celebrating my husband's birthday. Awesome. Can't wait to meet you both, Cheryl. Okay, I answered your question. Travelers. Yep, I'll meet you in November, Rachel. Natasha says, great live and passion for your local area. The Negril area year on year fall short of innovation and development, as you have highlighted. Keep rallying and rooting for the cause. Thank you, Natasha. I will most certainly do my best. Two Princess says you'll be here in August. So I hope you heard the name of the resort is Travelers Beach Resort. Okay, slowly catching up to the comments, getting to the bottom. All right, I think we are all caught up. CK Bond says, drop. What involvement do you have in the hotel? So I play more of a strategic role in the hotel with my brother. So I'm out of operations. My youngest brother, Wingate, he's been in charge of the property since 2017 after he finished business school at Columbia. And he's been running ever since, doing extremely well. This is the best we've ever done as a hotel under his leadership. So it's been a great run for him. Not easy with COVID and everything like that, but he has captained the ship that has gotten us through to this other side. And hopefully, as we head into where we're going in the world economically, we can weather the storm once again. So I play, like I said, a more strategic role, and do my best to help out with like, so for example, we have a big renovation coming up, and I'm part of that process, meeting with the well, I haven't met the architecture, but meeting with the designer, and giving insight, based on my experience, and then also helping out in any way that I can, and lending my experience in any way that I can, and hopefully being somebody that my brother can rely on, especially during tough times, and of course during good times as well. Thanks for that, CK Bond. Andrew says, thanks, Throb. That sounds about right. I'm working on the bar. Awesome. Good for you. Let me know if you need any help with anything, any ideas, man. Be more than happy to help. Shana says, Throp, I have a suggestion for you to consider. I know a few YouTubers will make your channel members moderators, then choosing someone at random. Yeah, that would be good. I would appreciate that. I would definitely appreciate that. Thank you, Shana. Always helping out. Always looking out. Leon says, blessings from St. James, Jamaica. Thanks for joining, man. Hello to you. Yes, Wayne. Two Princess says, I wish I knew before I booked Iberostar my next trip, or maybe we do stay. Yeah, we'd love to have you. No problem. Iberostar is a nice hotel, a nice resort. A bit of ways away from Negril. Two Princess says, wow, Colombia, nice. Yes. All right, all caught up. Thank you all for your great comments and for your insights on the different subject matters that we've been talking about here. And if you have any questions, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to answer them as best as I can. That's, again, my favorite part about these Sunday lives. No, I'm okay. Thank you. CK Bond says, Throp, do you remember I told you to keep advertising the hotel? Do I get a discount for that? Yo, this guy's a comedian. I gotta go through my brother, man. Like I just said, I'm not in operations anymore. I don't make those calls anymore, man. All right, I'm gonna keep advertising. We're gonna give you your own code that you can kind of put out there. People book through it. All right, yeah, like I said, any questions you have, please let me know. I might put up this video again to, hold on. All right, I'm gonna put up a quick, hopefully there's song. I'm just gonna use this as a bathroom break. Sorry if you saw this video last week. So this is a drone video that we shot last Sunday morning, and I want to have like a bunch of these. So if like I need to take a break or go somewhere, like, at least you guys are seeing something. And so I'm going to throw up the drone video. It's about 3.5 minutes. That should hopefully be enough time for me to use the bathroom and come back. And this is the drone video of Negril that we shot last week. And it should be cool. Hold on, let me just check the comments one last time. Okay, I'm going to get back to those comments in a second, but please enjoy this drone video from last week.
I belong to you. I belong to you. Do just what you want. You're the one I trust. And I always be around when I need some loving, baby. No one else. Yeah. Let you down. to your heart.
I belong to you.
Take me to your soul.
Playing all my melody. I belong to you.
Do just what you want. You're the one I trust, and I always be around when I need some loving, baby. No one else.
Yeah. Let you down.
All right, we're back. Sorry again if you had to watch that again from last week, but that's all I got. We're going to get some more content on here, so give me a little bit more flexibility. Okay, let's get back to the comments here. Comment says great content drop, and yep, we need to have a discussion. I'm with it. Seems like you have a lot of great insight and into being here and investing in here based on your comments. Thank you, Veronica. Wayne asks, are hotels and the grill getting more bookings now? I was actually having a discussion yesterday with some of the taxi drivers, and they were saying that the airport is just packed out, crowded. They just having a hard time finding the guests coming out of the airport. And so that is very weird, or it's not, I shouldn't say weird, but not usual for the for June. June is, I would say, May. What order should I put this in? June, September, October. September probably being the worst month. Those are the worst months of the year from a hotel perspective, from a tourism perspective. And for them to say that it's that crowded, it's pretty, I wouldn't say surprising, but it's very different. And then when I came in about 2 weeks ago, it was incredible. Like, it was just, the airport was just packed out, so many people. And the Minister of Tourism, and Edmund Bartlett, he was saying, leading into, this was in the winter, he was leading into the summer, he's like, this is probably going to be one of the best summers in, so my dad's singing happy birthday to Dennis. Sorry, hold on, can't see it. All right, this is distracting me a little bit. Anyway, he said, the minister was saying this is going to be one of the best summers on record, and it's proving to be so. You know, one of the uncontrollable variables was obviously the war and everything that's going on, but it's just a good sign that the taxi drivers are saying that, and that's what they're seeing on the ground, and it's matching what is actually happening, or what was actually projected to happen. So yeah, that's the best insight I could say from a generic standpoint. Like I said, we are running a high occupancy now, especially on weekends here at Travelers. So that's gives you some insight into what's happening here on the ground. So thank you for that question, Wayne. Emily says, thanks for your response. Tell your brother I went to Columbia Business School too regarding farming. What opportunities do you see in terms of food type are flower growing? Oh, cool. I will let him know. Congratulations on graduating from Columbia as well. So, I mean, just generic things, like the everyday things as far as like your question in regards to farming goes. I mean, like eggs are really expensive. If you get into livestock, I think that's also very good as well, depending on, the type of farming experience that you have. That's something that we're looking into. We have chickens, and we have a small chicken coop that we do produce chickens and also eggs. And then we do bananas. I think, man, honey is great. It's a very, very lucrative business as well. We get about 3 to 4 harvests a year, and it's also very low maintenance. So we have a beekeeper that comes in a handful of times per year, and you kind of just leave it, and he comes in and does, and then we do the extraction of the honey ourselves, as a matter of fact. But the beekeeper comes in to make sure that everything is okay, and honey is very, very sought after in Jamaica, I think globally, as a matter of fact. And as I'm not sure people are aware that the bee population globally is coming down, and I forget as to why. They're a very, very important part of the global ecosystem. So I should know this, but if somebody in the comments knows why they are so important, let me know. But I think you're helping on multiple fronts by having a bee farm. It requires water. It requires land space. It's a very volume based business. So you do need quite a bit of land, not a lot of land, but you know what I'm saying. Like you need land for the boxes, and then the more that you have, obviously, the more that you're going to be able to produce and sell. So that's one thing that I can say from firsthand that is very lucrative. And then I think I mentioned we have bananas, plantains, coconuts, I think also. But again, another very much volume-based business. You also need lots of land to do that as well. And then also time. We do. We don't have any ground provisions, but I think. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Well, yeah, we do. We do. So potatoes and yam. We have. Do we have yam? I feel like we do have yam. I hope I'm not making that up, but I think that would be also be good. So those are just my insights into kind of what's what would be good. I don't know much about flowers. I can't really tell you anything about that. So sorry, I wish I could help you with that. Don't know anything about flowers, but we do have a flower company here in the grill. Oh, what's the name of them? I wish. Hold on. Let me see if I can look them up. And I don't know where they've been around for forever, at least since I've been here. And so they obviously do well. Floral Fantasy. I can't believe I forgot their name. They're excellent, great service. They always have roses during Valentine's Day and different types of flowers for different occasions, Mother's Day, and they do well. So I know they're family-owned local business here. So definitely, I would continue to support them. Thank you so much, Suzette. Really, really appreciate that. Thank you. Unexpected. Thank you so much. We're all getting a little windy here. I hope that helps, Emily. Francis says, my wife and I were there in March. We had a great time. Excellent. Thanks for staying with us. Merrick Martin says, Throp, I am Jamaican living in the U.S. I'm at a point in my career where I'm looking to own an investment property in Jamaica. Would like something in a vacation area, I'm assuming. Any recommendation? So I was getting a quick bite here. Sorry. I think that's a really good idea. And as I mentioned before, I'm not sure if you were on, Merrick, well, I was just talking about here specifically in the grill, that especially during the winter, it is very hard to find housing and to find long-term housing in Negril because we don't have enough inventory, and there isn't a lot of good quality inventory in Negril. And those that are nice get eaten up really quickly. And when I say good quality, I would more so say modern built or recently refurbished properties, accommodations. There just isn't a lot. That's just a fact of the matter. Negril was built on tourism, after which was built on a fishing town, fishing market. And so the accommodations that are here, for the most part, the large vast majority, have been built for tourists and for short-term stays. And when I say tourist, we got to understand how Negril was built and what people initially were looking for. And even still, a lot of tourists are looking for this as well. But rustic accommodations in nature is what Negril was known for. When you hear about a little cabin in Negril, this is what this is what the song is alluding to. And those accommodations are like, I love those accommodations. I love being amongst nature, amongst trees, amongst fruit trees, and being surrounded by the shades of that. And many properties are like that, and it is really beautiful. And I think that's in many ways what makes Negril so special, and what many people have fallen why many people have fallen in love with Negril is because of that. But moving into a more modern era, and when we think especially from a global competitive standpoint, when we think of visitors and investors who are looking to come here, or maybe somebody who is looking to work from abroad and as a digital nomad, the accommodations that we have here, again, I'm generalizing, it doesn't necessarily meet those modern needs. And that's why I always say and think that there is just so much opportunity in regards to housing and modern day housing. Or even if you're going to buy a place and refurbish it, you're going to do well, because there is just not that much here. And so if that's what you're thinking in terms of investing in a vacation location, like a resort town like Negril, you'll do well. You'll do well. I can say that with much confidence, based on the experience of, one, owning a hotel, but then two, where my brother has bought a property in the complex that I live in. He's renting it out, and he's seemingly doing well. And he hasn't even had the opportunity to reinvest and to refurbish the apartment that he bought, because he has a lot of guests coming in, and it continues to do well in that sense, as even without investing. But once he does that, I mean, I'm sure he's going to continue to do even better. Hope that helps, Merrick. Thank you for your question. Leon says, what are your thoughts on Team Jamaica distincting of Negril to be the city of casual? Oh, the distinction of okay, gotcha. That's what we used to. I mean, we're still known as the capital casual, of course, but I mean, I think as people who live here, residents, like, we're trying to get away from that, and like, we of course we love the laid back feel here, but from a professional doing business standpoint, and from living here 24/7, 365, we want to see advancement and forward movement, and we don't want it to be a situation of, hey, this is capital casual, everything we do is casual, sort of thing. But that's all. I think that's for and even in the smallest of ways, that will always be Negril in some way, the capital of casual. KT says, hi there, born Westmorelandite that grew up in Bluefields and Negril Beach is awesome. Lived in the U.S. for now over 40 years. Last visit 1 week ago. Any local listing agent for your properties you recommended? Yeah, Margaret she's my go-to. She's the only real estate agent that I've worked with here in Negril. And if you go to my video page on my YouTube page, you'll see videos that I have done with her. There's only a handful outside of the Kingston videos. There's only a handful of real estate videos, and her contact information is in the description of the video. So feel free to WhatsApp her or email her. I know people that have bought property from her. I know people that have rented from her, and she has, as far as I know, she's done well from those videos. So, and she's been very helpful to folks that have reached out to her, as far as I know. So feel free to reach out to her, KT. Thank you, Wayne. Rachel says, honestly, no place like the grill. Magical, awesome drone video. The music is awesome too. Thank you, Rachel. We says, Drop, can the resort get coconut water on the beverage list? So we have it. So I guess we should put it on there. So it really depends on whether we can get it or not. And most days I want to say we do have coconut, and we have it until we run out. But we'd like to make it more of a normal part of the list. And I alluded to a refurbishment. We are going to be redoing our menu as well, and that should be on the menu for sure. Thank you for that, Weez. Thank you, Donna. Andrew says traveling will be crazy for many months. Throughout tourism will be among the best ever overall Jamaica. I hope so. Thank you for that. I hope so. Seems like at least that's what's happening now. PL says, Hi Throp, I wrote a comment on the gentrification of Kingston. What are your thoughts? It seems that middle income families, etc., will be sidelined for the more affluent one. I am all for a good balance. Good question. 1 second. No, I agree. I'm for balance as well. But you'll hear me and Noel talk about this, and he'll break it down as to what's happening. And I've done this before, but we juxtaposed or drew parallels from what's happening or has happened in New York in general, but Brooklyn specifically, where gentrification continues to happen and be at all-time highs. And it seems like the same thing is happening in Kingston. And I just hope that community leaders and even developers learn from the mistakes and what happened in other parts of the world in terms of gentrification, and there be steps put into place to mitigate the negative consequences that may be affecting those that are being pushed out because of high rents, and that's happening already. Rents in Kingston are have gotten relatively higher and are pushing folks more and more out, and we see that in the development of Portmore and also um, Spanish Town, and a lot of people are making those commutes from those areas to Kingston because the rent is being just so much more expensive. The land is so much more expensive because of the increased development in these areas. And so all I can say is that I hope, even from an environmental standpoint, that we remain conscious of these things and that we learn from other parts of the world, and we try to mitigate those consequences as much as possible. But thank you for that, PL. Leon says, "What are your thoughts on Team Jamaica TBD code distinguishing the Negril Resort area as a city?" Oh, I see what you're saying. Does this distinction hurt or elevate the marketing business? Okay, good question. I understand the question. I mean, does it hurt or help? That's just kind of what we know for, but I think it's the responsibility of the residents and business owners to set the precedent of how we conduct business and what the expectation and level of service is, right? So yes, it's the capital of casual. Does that mean that it's okay to wait 45 minutes or an hour for your food? Absolutely not. Does that mean that we start our community meetings an hour late? No, definitely not. Does that mean that you can come to a community meeting in shorts and flip flops? I think that's cool. So we're relaxed in that way, right? I don't have any problems in that. But as long as we can get the job done and everybody is professional and the actual capacity of accomplishing the mission at hand, given whatever meeting or what we're doing. So there's a balance to be made of it, but at the end of the day, I don't think it's going to hurt Negril. This is who we've been for, as far as I know, since the existence of Negril. Thank you for that question, Leon. Thank you, Merrick. I couldn't think of it. Bees are critical in the pollination of plants. That's it. I think because I'm hungry, I can't think. But thank you for that, clearing that up. All right. Let's see here. Mm, okay. Donna says Belcure Preserves Industry by Robin Lim Lumsden up in the Blue Mountain makes the best sauces, preserves, pepper jellies, etc., and produces their own Blue Mountain honey used in their products. Had no idea about any of that. No idea about any of that. Interesting. And Donna says the Bella Core cookbook is a must to have for foodies. For a foodie. Thank you for that, Donna. The next vlog on live, create, educate, empower. Greetings from Guyana. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Ingrid says, I prefer modern accommodations when I travel. Yeah, I think that that seems to be the vast majority of the market. And not to say that we shouldn't have accommodations, diversity in our accommodations, but this is the way the world is heading and this is the direction that we're heading in. So, of course, we want to make sure that we have that available on in mass, I would say. Danette says, streaming you at Bistro and Lounge here in Guyana, and the story of the liquor license conundrum sounds the same. I live in Miami, but built the lounge 2021 and now in the process of repatriation. Awesome. Congrats to you on your business and repatriating. Let's get to the beach view. Modern Living London says, as someone who's traveled extensively and had to comment on your new menu, please keep it local. Definitely, there's going to continue to be a big local component to it. But we haven't really talked about this, but I love oxtail and I love curry goat. I love that to be on the menu, and it's kind of hard to get oxtail. I wouldn't say hard. I shouldn't say that, but it's not readily available everywhere. And then when you go to certain places that do have oxtail, you don't get a lot. And I eat a lot. From training for marathon. So sometimes I'm scared to order the oxtail at these places because I know they're gonna give you mostly bone. But I'd love to see a healthy portion of oxtail or a healthy portion of curry goat here at the hotel. I don't know how many curry goat and oxtail lovers that we have out there, but it's definitely one of my favorites. Martin Living London, excuse me, says, I love Jamaica, Mobe, and Negril, but now I'm retired, sadly, and had to write off Jamaica due to safety. Ended up in Aruba. Hey, Aruba ain't bad. I've never been to Aruba, come to think of it, but I hear great things. But at the end of the day, Modern Living London, I hope you are enjoying island life in the Caribbean, and hopefully you are able to visit from time to time here in Jamaica. Congrats on your move there and retiring there. I'm sure it's better than London at the end of the day. Maybe. PAL says, we have a problem with gentrification in less affluent areas in the UK. Yeah, that seems to be the theme around the world. Donna says, how does one get from Obey Airport to Travelers? Any optional shuttle? Yes, there are. So you have two main options. You can either take a shuttle that drops you off. Sorry, it stops at different hotels. So there'll be people on your shuttle that are staying different hotels along the route from Obey to Negril. Don't worry, these buses aren't like 100 people buses or anything like that where you'll be stopping a million times. You know, maybe you'll have, I'd say, a maximum of 4 other parties with you. I can't see it being much more than that. And you stop at different hotels, and then you make your way to Travelers. And so Travelers is at the south end of Negril, so would be one of the last stops. And so you can do that, and those price ranges from $20 to $25 per person on the shuttle, and it'll get you right here to Travelers. And so, you know, that ride or that journey may take up to could take around 2 hours, depending on how many stops that are being made by that shuttle. Probably a little bit more, to be honest. And then you can take a chartered taxi that you can arrange through the hotel, and that'll get you right from St. Saints International Airport to Travelers Beach Resort in one go, and that will take you maybe about an hour and a half. I would say hour and a half maximum, depending on traffic, of course. And that cost is $85 US, I believe, 85. But it's more than double, obviously, than the shuttle, but you're getting door to door service, so to speak, more than triple actually. Lavelle says oxtail get very expensive now, so that may be the reason. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a very good point. That's probably what it is. I'd be willing to pay because I love it that much. But good point. Yeah, I'm not seeing it a lot. Gizzy says, you think Hanover is a good place to invest in for Airbnb? I know a few people. I met somebody yesterday that is staying here that has invested in a place in Lucy. I met another dude from London at the barbershop actually, and he has a lovely place in Lucy as well. I haven't been, but I looked at the website and I looked at pictures. Looks amazing, amazing, and it seems like people are looking into that. And even the interview that I had with Jessica Cargill, and I asked her what's the next parish that she's looking at visiting, and she said Lucy. She's looking at. She's like, it looks like a good place to to hang out and is cute and all that sort of thing. So yeah, I would say so. I don't know any specific opportunities that are happening there other than that big 2,000 room hotel that they're building right now, which is in Green Island. So I forgot that is Hanover still. So that is happening in Hanover, which is I don't know where it fits in line in terms of how big is big in comparison to other hotels, but I heard it's pretty big. 2,000 rooms is 2,000 rooms. Donovan says, what incentives do you know of to handle the trash pickup? I'm surprised that private concerns are not looking to this as a business venture. I think that's a great point, Donovan. I think that and I've been saying that for like a while. Like, why hasn't somebody come in and just done waste management right? Very, very curious. I think it's a huge, huge, huge opportunity. And I could think of, just hearing the grill, that alone, and it's logistics at the end of the day. That's what that is. And good question. It's hard to say. It's hard to say why that hasn't been happening or why nobody has jumped on that. But it's I think it's a really, really good opportunity. Huge opportunity. But I don't know of any specific incentives, at least from a government standpoint, that would encourage an entrepreneur to take that on. But the opportunity is certainly there at the end of the day. Don says oxtail has become hugely popular in North America once everyone tried it in Jamaica and loved it. Good point. Green Orchid says Uber, Bonaire, and Curacao are the ABC Islands and are Dutch influenced and much smaller than Jamaica. That's why Jamaica seems to be building more gated communities. Yeah, every single real estate video that I have done in Kingston, and I think we got 4 more properties. They're all gated communities. Some of them are smaller than others, but every single one of them has a security at the front gate. You need to be a resident there or ID or invited. Nobody can just kind of roll up there and come and see you. You got to go through security. And that is pretty much the theme that I'm seeing, to my father's point that he expressed earlier. That theme pretty much seems to be the theme that everybody is looking for as far as residents and where they want to live. All right, I'm going to start wrapping up here. I think I got to choose a better time, or maybe I got to time my meals better, because I get really hungry. I guess we're just talking for so long, and blood sugar is low. Not making excuses, but I'm just thinking about food right now. But we'll work out all those kinks. I'm not trying to leave you all abruptly. But if you have any last minute questions, please let me know. We're going to start closing out here. But Donna says, thanks, Rob. I've been to Negril many times, but usually couples in Negril, a couple swept away with their shuttle. Also did the puddle jumper to Negril Airport a few times. Very cool. Great hotel. Great hotel. They're the host of the reggae marathon, which is in December. I just had a meeting on that last week, as a matter of fact, and we're just organizing, getting logistics and everything together for that. So that's in December, first weekend in December, first Sunday in December. So if anybody's looking for a international race, 10K half marathon and full marathon, reggae marathon is it, and it's the couple steps away is a big huge sponsor for that, and they do the pasta party there, which they are known for the greatest pasta party in the entire world. And I've heard many people say that they've never been to a pasta party quite like that. So something that we're very proud of here in the grill. Green says government regulations lacking for waste management and where to dump our processed waste. Yeah, I don't know. Even the recycling, I don't really know much about that. I used to be very involved in the recycling center that we had here, but I haven't done that or been involved in quite a number of years. But it would be interesting to know exactly where the journey of trash and the journey of recycled materials. Lorraine says, Throp, I missed your Sunday live streams. One point about all this investment. What happens to the everyday Jamaican who calls the investment spots their home? Sorry, it jumped. Spots their home. Disappointment is real and should not be. I agree. And I mean, I will even take that a step further. We and I can speak to specifically here in the grill, we have a lot of squatter settlements, and man, I think that needs to be addressed just more head on, and just getting these folks and families real housing, safe housing that they can go to. And I know here in the grill we have a lot of money that has been earmarked for these projects and to have relocation programs, but not a lot is being done about it in terms of the action. So I just wish that was more of a priority, honestly, and I think that goes hand in hand with what you're saying, Lorraine. Rockman says, is Point Village a sound investment? It is, but from what I hear, it's right now, it's like you can't get anything. It's very hard to purchase. There's not a lot of availability as far as purchase because people have scooped them up. And I think, to my point about there being housing shortage in the grill, people realize that, and you see a lot of refurbishing of apartments and buildings happening at Point Village, and every time one goes for sale, they get scooped up. Same thing with Little Bay Country Club. There's nothing there for sale. If you're going to buy something, you're going to have to buy it from an owner. You can't buy it from the developer at this point. Yeah, I definitely don't want to pass out. All right, wrapping up here. I'm going to go eat. KT says, thanks for realer info. I am very interested in investing in a grill. We walked the boulevard and noticed a lot of places closed, sidewalks need work, mowing, etc. I agree. They actually completed a survey by, I forget the name of the organization. It's a government organization, and they were trying to find out the satisfaction or dissatisfaction that we have as a community with essentially the cleanliness of Negril. We need help. Like, there's no question, there's no doubt about it. And I hate to talk badly about my town, but there's just so much potential as it relates to what it could be and what it should be, quite frankly. And we need a cleaner town at the end of the day. And it's something that I will continue to advocate for. And it's not something I'm embarrassed by it for sure, but I'm not embarrassed to talk about it, because I feel as if you don't speak about these issues, and also if you're not willing to do something about the issues and come up with solutions for them, then one, is always going to stay that way and it'll never change. And then two, what's the point about complaining about something that you're not willing to do something about or come up with solutions for? So thank you for that, KT. Good point. Thank you, Rachel. Yes, Chelsea, I'll see if they have oxtail rice and peas and a glass of carrot juice. That would be lovely. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you all for joining. Yes, once again, happy Father's Day to all that are out there. Thank you, CK. It's been a good live chat, getting to know you better. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much for joining. Yes, we'd love to have you down there to stay at the hotel. Please let me know. Thank you. Yes, we will continue to keep up these live streams, Donna. Thank you, Mr. Cool. Thank you all. Okay, we're gonna wrap up there. I haven't forgot the the questions from last week. Like I said in the middle of the podcast, live podcast, there were a lot of questions that I didn't have answers to. So I'm going to be working on that this week and getting them out to you. And I'm going to put them in the community page. And thank you all so much for joining this live stream. It was a beautiful day. I'm glad we didn't have to scramble and get everything together here and go inside. We have had lovely weather, so that's definitely a blessing for us to be out here. And I'm very happy to be back and doing this on a regular basis every Sunday. We're going to make it happen here and out. Thank you all for spending time with me and joining us here on the Negril 7 Mile Strip. And as usual, of course, if you come by and you stop by Travelers or stay with us here, please say hello. I love saying hi to you all and meeting you all. It is really a pleasure and blessing to be doing this kind of things. All right, with that, I will see you all next week and in the community page. So next week again, same time, 12 o'clock Jamaica time, we will be here, and look out for the upcoming videos this week. Thanks again for joining, everybody. Have a great Sunday.